Oh, wait up, good. Wait up. Listen, wait up. Come on now.
You came to see me?
Like Diddy, Jay-Z's sexual preference is peculiar to say the least. Well, Jay-Z 100% is a golden, right? He likes to watch his woman, Beyoncé, with other men.
As a close friend of Jay-Z, what was your reaction to him opening up about his infidelities? Were you surprised
No.
that he put it out there?
No, I wasn't.
No.
I was surprised about Lemonade, but I wasn't surprised about...
You were.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that as, say, the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce.
When 50 Cent released The Reckoning about Diddy last year, Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have felt relieved because their names weren't directly mentioned. But anyone who knows 50 knows he's always thinking several moves ahead. Now, fresh reports are circulating that 50 could be preparing another major exposé, this time focusing on the Carters. And according to alleged insiders, this project could be even more explosive than The Reckoning. There are claims that 50 has obtained controversial recordings allegedly involving Beyoncé and other men at parties connected to Diddy. Industry chatter has also fueled speculation about Jay-Z allegedly being comfortable with Beyoncé interacting with other men, drawing comparisons to the situations previously associated with Diddy and Cassie. 50 Cent has already shown that he's serious about digging into Hollywood's biggest stories with The Reckoning on Netflix. If you remember, after the documentary was released, 50 also posted about Jay-Z allegedly appearing in the Jeffrey Files and hinted that he might eventually make a separate documentary about that subject. And that's where things become even more intriguing. Rumors now claim that Jay-Z's legal team may have approached 50 privately, allegedly hoping to negotiate some kind of agreement. According to the speculation, they supposedly offered 50 the freedom to pursue whatever he wanted to reveal about Beyoncé and the alleged Diddy-related recordings, provided that he left the Jeffrey-related allegations involving Jay-Z alone. In other words, the alleged strategy would have been to shift attention toward Beyoncé while keeping the more serious discussion surrounding Jay-Z away from the spotlight. Whether any of these claims are actually true, and whether 50 genuinely has evidence involving both stories, it's difficult to picture him accepting a deal that puts limits on what he can say. That simply isn't how 50 operates. He has made it clear over the years that he remembers his conflicts and rarely backs down from them. He's also continued to speak about his long-running issues with Jay-Z, including the alleged attempt to prevent him from performing at the Super Bowl. 50 has claimed that Jay was working behind the scenes and telling the NFL there was an issue involving him, while 50 believed the real motive was an attempt to interfere with his opportunity. And for 50, there may be no bigger offense than someone getting in the way of his money.
Was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue?
So let's start with what these alleged recordings involving Beyoncé at Diddy-related parties are supposedly about. Earlier, I mentioned the rumors claiming that Jay-Z is interested in watching Beyoncé with other men. But this story didn't originate solely from social media speculation. It was also attributed to Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, who alleged that Jay-Z's sexuality and private preferences have long been the subject of industry rumors, including claims about him watching other men with Beyoncé.
You know, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the... was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like, even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so he could.
For time. Yeah. So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube. Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it. And you know, with everything that was out and all of these people that were coming forward, have there been any new tips that you've gotten since it has been released?
Well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth about it.
Yeah, so yeah, it's got to be something.
What makes this especially interesting is that similar claims have previously been associated with Diddy. Cassie alleged in her lawsuit that he was interested in watching and recording her with other men, sometimes choosing to observe rather than participate. Other allegations have also described disturbing behavior surrounding Diddy's parties and relationships. One escort, Clayton Howard, reportedly made additional claims about Diddy's alleged behavior involving bodily fluids, though these allegations remain disputed. Now, I'm not saying Jay-Z was involved in anything similar because there's no established evidence proving that connection. But Jay-Z and Diddy were publicly close for many years. Jay may distance himself from that relationship today, but their history is well documented. Diddy himself once described Jay as family and portrayed him as a trusted strategist, someone he would turn to when he was facing trouble.
Beyoncé a reflection of her husband, like you all alluded that Nicki is a reflection of her husband? Keep in mind, Kenneth Petty was 16 when he made the decision that he made. Jay-Z is an adult who has been making a slew of decisions regarding other people, harmful ones at that.
And then remember when Diddy once said that Jay-Z was the only person, aside from his own mother, who had permission to call him by his real name. That statement alone showed just how close and personal their relationship was.
Like Diddy, Jay-Z's preference is peculiar to say the least.
And that's another thing. You in the last interview you said that Jay-Z was bi, and that you were 100% sure that he was.
Correct.
How do you know this?
I know it from being around, and without saying, the name of the people, because I know a lot of people don't want to be involved in these type of things because they've moved on in their lives or they have families and everything else. But I was there and I witnessed some very, questionable behavior for sure.
Did you hear anything of that sort, like of Jay-Z having similar behavior to Diddy in the sense that, he would let his woman be recorded with other men or stuff like that?
Well, Jay-Z 100% is a cold, right? He likes to watch his woman, Beyoncé, with other men.
So clearly, this was far more than a casual friendship. Jay-Z and Diddy had been close since the 90s, and considering Jay's influence and connections within the industry, some people have questioned whether he could really have been unaware of the controversial parties Diddy was allegedly hosting. If he did know and chose to stay silent, critics have speculated that he may have been protecting a longtime friend or simply keeping attention away from his own private life. Speaking of the rumors surrounding Jay-Z's personal relationships, speculation has circulated for years about his alleged preferences and the idea that his marriage to Beyoncé also brought major financial and professional advantages. 50 Cent has previously raised questions about this himself, pointing to the period after Jay-Z married Beyoncé and suggesting that Jay's career appeared to reach another level, including a run of major Grammy recognition.
Jay-Z, yo! Hey, yo, check this out. Hey, yo, Hov, man. Hey, yo, Hov is doing a lot of things, man. Most importantly, he had a recital that he has to be at the Fluid. But I reached out to him, and I told him that this right here was important. Bad Boy celebrating 20 years of hits. And this is extended family. You've been there with me through my ups and downs. Yes, sir. Whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I call. It's my strategist right here. This is my brother.
Now, when it comes to the long-running rumors about Jay-Z's sexuality, there have been claims that his PR team worked aggressively behind the scenes to keep those stories from spreading. But as everyone knows, the internet has a very long memory, and once something enters the public conversation, it can be nearly impossible to erase.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay,
that should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
So, years ago, Jay-Z was reportedly rumored to have been romantically involved with former male model and football player Larry Johnson. There were even claims that the two lived together for a period of time. Much of the alleged information surrounding Jay and Larry's relationship has since disappeared from the internet. However, a 2009 article published by 97.9 The Beat reportedly featured an anonymous tip from someone who claimed to work at Trump Tower, where Jay-Z lived. According to the tipster, although Jay and Beyoncé were together, Beyoncé was rarely seen at the building, while Larry Johnson was allegedly there frequently. The source claimed that Larry was living with Jay and questioned why the two had suddenly become so close. The person even said they had video footage of them together inside the building and asked whether the situation meant Jay was gay. But another controversial claim came from Jay's former friend Jazzo, who allegedly made accusations about Jay's rise in the music industry and his relationships with powerful figures. That interview was reportedly removed from the internet as well, although portions were later shared on Lipstick Alley in 2009. Some users on the forum believed Jazzo's claims were credible, while others remained skeptical. One forum member also brought up comments allegedly made by Wendy Williams years earlier, around 2008, when she was discussing her upcoming talk show. According to the post, Wendy predicted that Beyoncé would eventually become frustrated with Jay-Z, while also making a much more controversial prediction about a possible recording involving prominent hip-hop artists. She suggested that someone might eventually be exposed publicly, particularly because artists had faced rumors about their sexuality in the years before. Again, those comments were reportedly made back in 2008, which is why some people now point to them as an example of Wendy being ahead of the conversation. The bottom line is that speculation surrounding Jay-Z's personal life has existed for decades. Jay himself even referenced bringing another man along when he first went out with Beyoncé on his song 713, where he raps about bringing his friend to keep things casual. What makes that detail interesting to some fans is that Jay reportedly pursued Beyoncé for quite some time before she finally agreed to date him. So, naturally, people have questioned why he would bring another man along on their first date. Beyond that, fans have also debated the way Jay-Z publicly interacts with Beyoncé. Their relationship has faced well-known cheating allegations, while members of the Bayhive have pointed out that Jay often appears more reserved with public displays of affection. Even when Beyoncé openly praises him in front of millions, some fans feel that Jay doesn't always return the same energy. Remember when Beyoncé referred to him as "my beautiful husband" at the Grammys, while the following year Jay-Z reportedly referred to her simply as "this young lady"?
You can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Have we ever really heard Jay-Z openly say, "my wife," while genuinely praising Beyoncé for the person she is? Or does he mostly highlight her when talking about her career, accomplishments, and awards? That's essentially what 50 Cent was getting at when he claimed Jay-Z gains significant benefits from remaining married to Beyoncé. In fact, 50 even described the marriage as the most valuable contract Jay-Z has ever signed.
I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? So you image yourself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
You've been treated differently. But then the rumors got darker when some industry insiders alleged Jay is keeping Beyoncé hooked on substances so he can control her. Beyoncé's bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who recently passed from pneumonia, was one of the people who made this claim. And he said that Jay has been keeping Beyoncé hooked on something for a long time.
Beautiful husband, my beautiful 3 children who are at home watching.
You know, it's music and it's opinion-based. I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won album of the year.
Rumors only grew louder after videos began circulating that appeared to show Beyoncé behaving unusually in public, with some viewers speculating that she might have been under the influence of something. One moment that sparked plenty of discussion was at a Brooklyn Nets game, where Beyoncé was seen swaying back and forth even though there didn't appear to be any music playing.
This contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen. If you look at his career,
So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
Recently, another video circulated online showing Beyoncé and Jay-Z leaving a pre-Grammys party, with Beyoncé appearing extremely tired and unfocused. Jay-Z also seemed noticeably uncomfortable around the paparazzi, which led some viewers to speculate that he was worried about photographers capturing Beyoncé while she appeared to be in that condition.
Chill out.
Sorry, Jay-Z. Sorry.
Asked about Jay-Z over the years, those claims from Rihanna's former publicist about Jay allegedly being interested in watching his wife with other men may seem less surprising to some people. And if 50 Cent really does have footage that supports any of these allegations, a documentary focused on the Carters could potentially become one of the biggest entertainment controversies in years. But now I want to hear what you think. Do you believe there's any truth to the rumors about Jay-Z's private life, or are these claims simply speculation? And what about 50 Cent? Is he exposing issues that deserve attention, or has his long-running feud with Jay-Z turned into something more personal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.